Okay. So we're going to do...
The Hopes and Fears card.
Which is... that one. That one. Which looks so cool.
Is it playing?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the 9th card, the Hopes and Fears. What you hope for, you also fear. Your unconscious projections. So I actually think that this card is very related to this central card because this talks about the wish. You know?
Yeah.
It is related to like a hope or something. Like it really, this is the detail of what you might really be seeking, and maybe in fear that it won't happen or, yeah. So the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords represents the creation of a protected mental space, somewhat like the timeout represented by the Two, but this time more strongly intended. The personality needs time to withdraw and be alone, to think about things, to cleanse the environment of tension and anger. The Four of Swords marks the corners and the Four Swords mark the corners and create a pyramid, one of the strongest forms in existence. Within this magical shape, a person can heal and renew herself. Power is focused and drawn upon towards the sky in order to bring down cosmic force. The rainbow discs behind the figure represent the 7 chakras, or energy centers, which are housed in the spine and connect to the human nervous system. To clean out the chakras is a powerful psychic meditation, helping to ground the personality and center the mind in positive thoughts. In this protective environment, one may gain the sense of non-attachment necessary for the personality, if the personality is not to feel lonely or abandoned.
So it goes like loneliness, like look at these two cards like opposite of each other, like all these people freely jumping about in this singular person within this like strong geometric realm.
Yeah, totally.
Oh my god, I'm so snotty. Ugh, my allergies are going crazy.
6 of Cups.
Yeah. 8 of Cups. Or 8 of... Oh, this is 6 of Cups, yes.
8 of Discs.
8 of Discs.
So the 8 of Discs. The 8 of Discs represents craft, apprenticeship, and a skill that will take one through life in a grounded way, and a sharing of skills between people. These women are at serious work and understand the art of meaningful occupation. Each character in the mother piece is engaged in a particular individual task, yet they are working together toward common goals. One makes a pot of clay, others form a basket from reeds. A woman sits at a loom and weaves a tapestry. Another strings beads for a belt. All these objects are functional, yet made with care and deep sense of love and beauty. The underlying meaning of the 8 of Discs is the path, suggesting a spiritual undertaking of movement of the personality onto the more spiritual road of the soul. The Native American people embody this understanding of daily work as that is infused with spirit. For them, the worlds of spirit and matter are not separate. What is utilitarian must also be beautiful, because it comes from the mother and is made as an offering back to her. The Zen consciousness of work is similar. Every task is done with the simple understanding that it matters. Work is done for its own sake, and not for personal gain or someone else's profit.
I think that's interesting because based off our question, it's like I almost don't know what the answer is. Cause it's like I think it's determining where you find happiness. And there is a potential for happiness in nursing, as being like this path you choose of craft to help others.
She already
and
has that.
Yeah, and have that. And
Yeah.
but maybe nursing school might not be the thing. You know,
well,
like
I don't think that there's any prescriptive thing
No.
saying this
Yeah.
or that.
I think
But I
it's
think,
looking at both these things, like what brings you happiness, what takes away from it, and knowing what those things are, and then looking at like what each of those things that you could potentially do.
Yeah. You did a dual outcome. So 6 of Cups as well.
This card's so cool.
6 of Cups represents an orgasmic rush of feelings, a wave of ecstasy, riding the wave into shore. The horses and their riders experience joy and pleasure, a fallout expression of emotional intensity. Cups are held high. Snakes rise like kundalini spiraling up the spine. The riders are getting what they want because they found the right spot and then caught the wave. Even if feelings are sad, the active expression of them provides a release that feels good. There is a mythical, imaginative side to their pleasure. Maybe it represents an especially nice dream, an orgasmic sexual experience, or a high of spirituality that feels like a leap into blissful nirvana. Imagination unleashed. These figures easily ride the lavender seahorses. Perhaps some memory of a distant past, like a wave, carries them into the future. That is like a beautiful poetic card.
Yeah. And it's crazy because both of these outcome cards kind of, to me, speak to that whichever of, because it's like, the question was a duality. Do I do this or this?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of a hard question to answer, through the
they're
tarot.
actually,
but
they
both like kind of speak to the same thing to me.
Well, what I think is that because you pulled 2 cards, this is about some spiritual need that you want, that it will be fulfilled through whatever outcome happens. And this is something about the work, the career.
Yeah.
Because both are equally involved and they are also clashing at the same time. Like, because it almost seems like a paradox. You want this time to be meditative, to be in your own space and figure it out for yourself.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of your energy that has to go into being so ready with your emotions that you don't have any kind of real personal life or personal connection to anything. And you're afraid that if you go into one realm fully or the other, one won't manifest and the other won't, vice versa. Both sides feel like they're almost not able to come together. But in these 2 cards, they do, because that's your inevitable fate. It's just, it's a mix of work and like blending the fact that these things together, if you can just accept that there's a process and like this, work towards something, and it's small and it's not going to be easy or validating, you still will be able to handle it because you will be able to express how you feel when you feel it, and you're not gonna, which to me, I keep visualizing what a nurse, in all general senses, really has to come to, and that's in a way your craft. That this is these people all together making what they do. They serve their purpose here to be this, what you already have by nature. That's just kind of who you are. Like she has that nurturing ability to just be so generous and caring of your literal emotional self, but the moon is sitting here saying, can I handle that?
Yeah.
That is like really quite a lot to handle, but in a way it's just almost like destiny that you're gonna have to, this is the process, you're already in it, there's no mistakes. There's no going back either. This is just a part of that process, and that uneasiness is literally at the pit of what career you're taking on.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting. I feel like that went together really well.
I think so too.
Even without these kind of are like, I feel like so separate from something like this, like the high priestess, it would be how she sees herself, which is kind of like, it's almost like being the master of your own domain in all of that, you know.
I'm gonna put